So, Taurus, I've been sitting here with this card for a little minute now, and I can't quite figure out what is struggling to be integrated. All right. I know that this card is speaking about change and being a chameleon, and kind of integrating all the things that you've went through, utilizing it into your life, and allowing that integration process to manifest all the great things that you are asking for. However, this card came up in reverse, and the bottom of the deck is the Empress in reverse as well. Now, the Empress in this deck speaks about the matriarch of the family. It speaks about celebrating your everyday routine, celebrating simple things like your morning routines, your afternoon routines, your night routines, and just having grace with yourself for being able to, you know, celebrate your small wins. And with that coming up in reverse as well, which speaks about nurturing your small wins, nurturing the many little things that you do that helps make up that Empress energy, that matriarch energy within your family. This is also making me feel of that soft era. hmm And then with clarity coming out, this is your perception, you know? Something that you've asked for, Taurus, is destined for you. I feel like clarity here is speaking about you knowing something is going to come into fruition, you knowing things are going to manifest, you also knowing that there's predictions coming your way, there's great things that are supposed to be coming your way, but there's a lack of physical daily confirmations that guarantee things are going to play out a particular way, or that things are going to hurry up and happen for you. This is also making me feel like there's some type of lesson or pattern or cycle that Spirit wants you to identify. So this way you don't have to keep repeating it over and over and over again. Some of you may be dealing with like not trusting yourself when it comes to love and relationships. You may struggle with being able to continue nurturing yourself once you get into a relationship. Because I get this energy of sometimes, Taurus, like when you get into a relationship or you start dating someone or being involved with other people in general, you may start changing who you are and being a chameleon. You may integrate with people in such a way where your taste may change, the things that you like to do may change, your perception as well may shift to be in alignment or congruent to another person. So pretty much I feel like what Spirit is saying here is they want you to have a routine so solid to the point, Taurus, where when you do get a relationship or someone does come into your life, you're not putting yourself on the back burner to let that person feel nurtured by you, you know? Male or female, it doesn't matter. This is pretty much telling me that there may be a tendency to enable people. They're fully capable, but because you're such a nurturer or your energy is very nurturing, you tend to just do it yourself. Like, I'll just take care of the responsibilities. I'll just do the responsible shit. And then people around you become very codependent or complacent because they're comfortable. So there's this energy of like people being extremely comfortable in connection with you. And that's what makes them miss it so much, is that you feel like home, or you feel like home base, but you start to neglect yourself in order to maintain these types of relationships, romantic or platonic. And then eventually because I feel like this is also telling me, because you see the potential in other people, or you have this ability to see that, you know, well, if that person just let go of that habit, they'll be a great partner. Or if that person just changes themselves about themselves, or breaks that habit, they'll be a great partner. I can see the potential in them, but when you meet them, they haven't reached that potential yet. So you may have the ability to see the spark in someone's eye. You may have the ability to see that someone's greatness is just on the other side of the river band, but as long as you're there reminding them that they're great, they never believe it for themselves, because they can't determine whether or not they want to do it because you told them to do it, or if they're doing it because it's actually something that they possess. So you may come off to certain people like being a know-it-all, and they resist change because you trigger some type of inner child wound with the 6 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Even though that may not be your intention, it's like they emotionally pull away because you're trying to... What is it that Taurus is trying to do? I mean, I don't see anything wrong with this, but clearly Spirit is saying that it's a pattern that hasn't worked out thus far. So evaluating why that pattern hasn't worked out is kind of the key to determining what the best solution is. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what I get from this card. Because I feel like this crystal ball is also speaking about spiritual gifts and abilities as well. Fire. With a strong connection to fire, you can cause great healing for great destruction. Fire magic suits you best. You're the spark of it all. You know how I said you could see like the spark in people's eyes? And this card is confirming spark. You may just be like that activator, that spark, the catalyst for change. But after a while, if they stay in the nest too long with you, then they become like your competition, or they become some type of adversary to you. They want to fight you at that point, because your voice is no longer music to their ears. Your voice becomes a threat to their current state of existence, a threat to their current state of resonance. You have a warrior spirit, not afraid to face conflict and challenges, while at the same time remain committed to a path of goodwill and fairness. And I feel like you do be trying to be fair, but you have to be able to see and discern, Taurus, when the pattern is repeating itself. Even if you can see the potential in someone else, one of the biggest lessons here for you to learn is to start by seeing the potential in yourself. And the more you focus on becoming the potential you want to see in other people, the rest of the world will naturally integrate with you. Not even necessarily with you. They might be a few clicks behind, but eventually it's all going to come together full circle. You know what I think is so interesting? I feel like with humanitarian, music, and sweetheart, you have this persona, Taurus, that just doesn't fit your warrior spirit. So a lot of people assume that you're a pushover, or a lot of people assume that they can sweet talk you and say just about anything and you'll do it. But one of the biggest, how can I say that? One of the biggest, I guess, underestimating, or however you say that, They underestimate what's underneath the looks, what's underneath the way you speak, the way you dress, the way you carry yourself. There's something else underneath it all. It's a lot of fire and warrior energy here. The beauty is just an asset, whether you're male or female. Your aesthetics is just an asset. Your voice is just an asset. But what's really underneath it all is, and this is why people may get mad at you, is because when they realize that you were the spark in their life, they go through the stages of grief, the stages of loss. They go through grief, sadness. You initiate tower moments in people's lives. And I don't think you even try to do this, but it's like your wits and your empathy. You're like the total package. God damn. Yeah, you like the total package with relationship. You have talent for mentoring or counseling relationships, having the ability to guide others to their path to love because of your own experience in love. So some of you may use your own personal experiences, the lessons that you've learned. You may start, if you do that already, you may give advice. And sometimes advice is just through sharing your experience, right? Posting different things, creating songs. You're able to stimulate a person's mind, fusing sexuality with intelligence to achieve your goals. You have empathic abilities, being able to feel another person's emotions, as well as their thoughts and energy, having no control or awareness over this exchange. And like I said, you don't do this on purpose. Sweetheart, you live from love, seeing the divinity and love beneath the surface and shaping others' worlds and experiences through the perception of the heart. You're a voice for the voiceless. You create reform and change, relying on the divine to guide you and protect you from harm's way. So you are highly protected, revered, respected, and honored in the spiritual realm. And I feel like you are using music. Some of y'all may have an ability to like work and listen to music at the same time, and that's a gift for you. You may also notice that your mood is quickly shifted. So let's say like you need to hype yourself up. So music may do that for you. Especially when you're doing rituals. I'm just seeing like it reminds me of like drums and beating and doing different dance moves, binaural beats as well. You may have a desire for that. You know what's interesting? There may be someone in your presence or someone around you that you're trying really hard not to enable or nurture. This could be a relationship, or just relationships in general. It may be very difficult for you to be in relationships. And I feel like the reasons why it's so difficult is with nurture in reverse. You need this time to yourself. You need this time to really anchor down the changes that you've made for yourself in your life and make them really solid. But I feel like every time you try to anchor it down with this root in the background, with this tree, every time you really try to connect with the tree spirit and really anchor yourself, it feels like something comes and shakes shit up for you and you didn't see it coming. There's this element of not being able to see something coming, being caught off guard, and then being detoured, you know? So let's see what Spirit's channeled messages to you, because that's the energy that I'm getting. There's just this energy of feeling let down. When you get on lockdown, you feel let down. Got me on lockdown. You should let me. When it's something's out of your control or you're restricted, you start to feel destructive. And you may tend to revert to a old version of yourself that tends to attract certain relationships of people that aren't on your level because of being impatient. It's like it starts to trigger a state of impatientness or something, where it's like, you know what, I'm gonna go and just figure it out for myself. I'm gonna go and find the right person. But I feel like this season is really about you celebrating you straight up. Like, yeah, traveling more, doing things that you, because I feel like your life is going to change. And if you're too busy trying to be there for someone else, you're not really going to anchor this phase of your life down into existence. Some of y'all are transitioning from that maiden into a mother phase of your existence. And it may feel very uncomfortable to go through this transition. Some of y'all are transitioning from the mother phase into the crone phase. So music may help you transition. Yeah, this is not wanting to do something. That's pretty much what Spirit is trying to say. It's something that you don't want to do or have to do, but you know you need to do it. It's like ain't no more procrastinating left for you, whoever you are, because time is of the essence. So Spirit, what's your channel message for Taurus? We have dark thoughts in reverse. Motivation. Get on your job. Get on your job. So this may have something to do with your purpose or your job. You may tend to get like really inspired. The flame is bursting and you got this inspiration, but then it dies out. But then connections and relationships also help stimulate this fire. They stokes your fire. But it's also exhausting because it's like, when does it ever end? Whew, this is a balance, ain't it? Wow. I told you this is about anchoring yourself, your stability, preparing, having your table set before you, being that trailblazer, that eternal soul, accessing. This may be like a complete year cycle that's just going to be for somebody. And with dark thoughts in reverse, this is pretty much Spirit is saying like you've been working on yourself for a long time. For some of y'all, you're about to come into a relationship, and you know how sometimes you could be single for so long and you're like, I enjoy it at this point. I enjoy being alone at this point. So the idea of kind of getting into a relationship and having to integrate that is like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm ready for a relationship. The moon energy. It could be like a roller coaster ride for somebody. But you've been doing a lot of shadow work. That's one thing's for certain. You've been working on your subconscious programming and thoughts. And that's why a lot of this is in reverse, because you're doing something totally different. I feel like you're not like the average matriarchs in your family. You're totally different. The way that you express your existence is just complete opposite. You may carry the Kundalini energy and you work with it very strongly. The past life energy here as well. This is telling me that you are not, you're like the Akashic. You're like a library. There's a whole saga, a whole saga in connection with you, your existence. And you have like, you go by different names, but in every lifetime, you're still doing the same type of work, which is love, integrating intelligence, love, humanity, facilitating humanity. You may have been famous in other lifetimes or well known. And it's like, just think about it. Every time you come back here, you always want to go back home. the matriarch energy, every time you come back here, you're always wanting to go back home. Like, why did I come here to Earth? But I feel like you are an inspiration with this billboard here. You inspire, you're really helping humanity, and you're accessing your Akashic records and from many lifetimes. to bring everything back into homeostasis and to integrate the wisdom from those lifetimes into this one, into this timeline. I'm also seeing that you're healing multiple timelines at the same damn time, just like the reading from yesterday was talking about. You're also becoming aware of different things that you did and how you were victorious. You may have died many different ways, but you're still singing your song. Damn. I was here before all of this. You acting out now. You got an audience. Somebody, you may be feeling like you may be feeling like you're always being abandoned, or you're always being triggered constantly over and over and over again. Every time you try to invest in someone or something, you're steadily being triggered. Something about these triggers keep unlocking your Akashic, your wisdom from past lives. Damn. Spirit, show me dark thoughts. And you see how the bottom of the deck was the Empress in reverse? Okay, and then you have the Empress. I feel like you let go of a lot of different belief systems or negative perceptions. Many of y'all had to forgive your mother or your mother archetype in your life in order to see this new phase into existence. I'm also seeing rites of passage here as well. If you had any perception around the choices of your prior ancestors or the feminine ancestors in your life being failures or being unable to see something into fruition, I feel like you're realizing that the mantle is now put on you, and you had to go and walk with those ancestors before you so they can pardon wisdom on you from their journey. And you get to decide what type of leader you want to be, what type of matriarch you want to be. And it's like your entire perception has changed around always like doing the right thing or trying to prevent certain things. Because something happened here where even if you tried to prevent something and work so hard to stop a cycle from repeating itself in your bloodline, it feels like the ones that had to happen or the experiences that had to happen, you couldn't stop it even if you wanted to. You may have tried, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to put myself through so many different, I'm going to make sure that I stick to my routine. I'm going to make sure I be there for everybody because my mother wasn't or my father wasn't. It's almost like living vicariously through your role and your responsibility as a way to not be, or your negative thoughts in the past that you once had towards those that couldn't get it right before you. You get what I'm saying? So now it's like you're being asked to put away your childish ways and see things from a higher perspective. And I feel like you've done that. You've already put aside those childish ways. You're maturing. This is definitely a maturing and healing process here. If y'all are new, welcome to our love nest over here on Talk Taurus Tarot. If you're returning, welcome back, you guys. 444. So stability. All right. So this is letting me know that there has been a lot of pressure on the matriarch with stability missing. This is telling me that a lot of father archetypes have been absent, whether that be they passed away early or there's father archetypes that were, taken out of the home, and it made it very difficult to be in this soft era. And I feel like many of you are transitioning into a soft era. That's what I'm hearing. Six of Pentacles. But the more you're in this possessive, hoarding energy, you're only going to attract karmic relationships because they're looking for a mother or they're looking for nurture. So it's like once you heal that, I have to save myself from repeating something. I have to save myself. Once you heal that salvage type of energy and you start to tap into that abundant frequency, I feel like you're going to attract exactly what spirit wants you to attract. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be like an aha moment. Clarify this, because this is telling me that this is like constantly attracting familiar energies from past lives. Six of Pentacles, Three of Cups. Constantly attracting karmic soulmates from past lives in this lifetime. They're all karmic in nature, but you're tired of dealing with karmic partners because you have healed a lot of those dark thoughts that you once had. But that just means that they are going to be attracted to your light even more because you no longer resonate with them, right? But the Six of Pentacles is saying there's something that you're holding on to. There's a memory of, I wish I'd done something different. You may be holding on to a memory from a past life that your body remembers, but your subconscious mind remembers, but you physically can't remember or access. It's like one of your worst fears. Something happened in a past life. You may benefit from doing like hypnotherapy or a past life regression on yourself. But it feels like, I wish I had done something differently in a past life. Therefore, in this lifetime or this timeline, you're holding on to that energy exchange. I got to get into an energy exchange with this person because I want to prove to them that we could do it differently. And it's like when you let go of that need to be right or that need to hold on so tightly to it, you allow it to disintegrate. You put down the burden, and it's not for you to learn anymore. And you may empathize or over empathize with another person that you can tell is still stuck on a past life memory. It feels like in a past life, this is someone that, some of y'all in a past life, the roles were reversed, the genders were reversed, and someone can't help but to be programmed to be upset at you as if you cheated on them. And you may have never done it to them in this lifetime, but they just look at you like a Sims video game. Booba Roboblusky. And it's like, I'm not doing anything to you. And they're like, ugh, I just don't like you. I don't know why. Yeah. Because it's like once you get in and you get your healing, it's like you can let that go. Seven of Pentacles, you don't have to invest in it any longer. But up close, things can feel so real. Like, this is a part of my everyday route. This is a part of my everyday routine. I got to see these motherfuckers. I can't get rid of these damn people. I wish I could, but I can't. Goddamn. Whew. You may be trying to just wake up and be flawless out here. Goddamn. It's like, but I don't know. People may want to change you, or they may see you as gullible. People remember you totally differently than the way that you are now. You know what I'm saying? The way they remember you, it's like, oh, you're gullible. You're a nice person. You'll do anything. I know I could use that damn Taurus over there. And spiritually, they are connecting to you, trying to manifest you back into their life because you make something look fucking easy. There's a snake in my boot. So yeah, it's definitely not the right time. Because these people are like, wait a minute. Ain't no masculine energy around you. Hold on, you're not settled down yet? Oh, shit. Let me shoot my shot, okay? But not everyone that's shooting your shot just because they're offering you a commitment is something that you want to invest in long term. But if you haven't learned that lesson about being able to see that because of your state of consciousness, because of your state of a frequency of vibration, everyone that comes to you in this season is going to be karmic. Even if you want them not to be, they will be. That's how I see it, but it's all for your highest and greatest good. So long as you see it like that, you know what I'm saying? Can't nobody make you see it like that. Let's get you some closing tea leaf cards. We have Nest. An emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. We have compliments from an admirer. We have Diamond. You'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. We have Career. Hidden secrets can harm you. Torch. Spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. Spiritual love. New job or career. Older woman. Dealings or relationship with an older woman. Some of y'all dealing with a Empress in reverse that's just off her fucking rockers or his rockers, stepping into a new experience. And May. So, Taurus, I'm sending you lots of love, wisdom, and guidance on your journey. Until tomorrow. Toodles.